My fiancée didn't text me back all day when she went out with her friends and kept dodging the question about what she did. Later, I found out that her friends think she's settling for less and arranged a dinner for her with a better guy. She says she went just to prove her friends wrong, but I don't think I can trust her. I'm a 28M and my fiancée is 29F. We've been together for 6 years, and she's honestly the love of my life. She's always been super sweet and caring, and we just got engaged about 2 weeks ago. Everything has been great, but something happened recently that's got me questioning everything. A few days ago, she went out with her friends, which is totally normal and not a big deal. I'm not the controlling type at all, and she's never given me any reason not to trust her. But that night, she didn't reply to any of my texts or calls. At first, I figured she was just busy and having a good time, but as the night went on, I started getting worried. I mean, it's not like I was blowing up her phone or anything, just a couple of texts and a call. When she finally got home, I asked her how her night was, and where she had been. That's when things got weird. She kept dodging the question, trying to change the subject, and just saying she was with her friends. I kept pressing a little, not in an aggressive way, but just trying to understand what was up because it felt really off. She never does this. We have always exchanged few texts whenever she went out with her friends. We've always been open with each other, so this was just completely out of character for her. I've never had trust issues with her before, but this whole situation is giving me serious doubts. I know I could ask one of her friends what was going on, but that feels like going behind her back, and I'm pretty sure they'd just tell her I asked. I'm stuck wondering if I'm overreacting or if this is a sign that something deeper is wrong. Part of me feels like maybe I should break off the engagement, but another part thinks that might be an overreaction. I just can't shake this feeling that something isn't right. What would you guys do? Should I confront her again, ask her friends, or am I just letting this one night mess with my head too much? I really don't know what to do here. Relevant comments. 6 years is a long time. You know her better than anyone, do you think she'd lie to you? OP, honestly, I never thought she would. I want to believe she wouldn't lie, but her behavior is making me question things I never thought I'd have to. Comment, do you think she might have just lost track of time and didn't realize how worried you were? OP, I thought about that, and it's possible, but even then, she'd usually send me a quick text if she's running late or something. It's the combination of no communication and then dodging the question that's really making me uneasy. Comment, you're not overreacting. If your gut is telling you something's wrong, you need to trust it and figure out what's really going on. OP, thanks, I needed to hear that. I'm trying to go with my gut, but it's tough when I don't know the full story. I guess I just have to figure this out, even if it's awkward. Update, hey everyone, first off, I want to thank all of you for your comments and suggestions on my original post. It was really reassuring to hear from so many people and get different perspectives. I've never been in a situation like this before, so I appreciate the support. Now, on to the update. It's going to be long, and I'm still trying to process everything, so bear with me. Honestly, I feel pretty numb right now. After reading your advice and thinking things over, I decided to talk to her again, but this time, I made sure she knew I was serious. I asked her straight up where she had been that night, and instead of giving me a straight answer, she got defensive. She called me insecure and controlling, which completely blindsided me. I've never been that kind of guy, and she knows that. At that moment, it felt like she was trying to manipulate me to avoid answering a simple question. In the heat of the moment, I asked for the ring back. I'll admit, it was probably a rash move, but I couldn't believe what was happening. She went from calling me controlling to suddenly being shocked and crying, apologizing over and over. I told her the wedding was off unless she told me the truth right then and there. That's when she finally broke down and admitted that she had gone to dinner with another guy. She swore up and down that it was just dinner, nothing else, but I was furious and demanded to know why she didn't tell me. She confessed that her friends had been telling her for a while that she was settling for less and that she could do better than me. Apparently, they'd been in her ear for a long time, but she said she always ignored them and defended me. But after we got engaged, they pushed her to at least meet this guy they thought was more suitable for her. Hearing this just about knocked the wind out of me. I had no idea that her friends thought of me like that. I'd met them a few times, and they always seemed friendly enough. But now I find out they've been talking behind my back and pushing her to date someone else? I told her straight up that she cheated on me. She kept saying no, that she didn't, that she just wanted to prove them wrong, and she never intended to break up with me. According to her, after the dinner, she went straight to her friends and told them what a big mistake it was, that I'm the one for her, and that she felt like our bond was stronger than ever after that. She said that the whole thing made her realize that she was just nervous about getting married, but now she's certain she wants to be with me and can go into this next step with full confidence. But honestly, I couldn't even process what she was saying at that point. I just told her to leave, and she's gone to stay with her sister for now. Since then, she's been texting and calling nonstop, apologizing over and over. I've even gotten messages from some of her friends, admitting that they pressured her into going on this date and saying they're sorry too. But I'm just sitting here, feeling completely numb. I can't even think straight right now. I don't know what to do. A part of me wants to give her a second chance because I know she's the kind of person who can cave under peer pressure, but this feels like it's way too much. I don't know if I can get past this, or if I even want to. I'm really torn here, and I could use some advice on what my next step should be. Final update. Hey everyone, it's been a while since my last update, and I wanted to thank all of you for the support. I've had a lot of people asking for an update in the comments and through PMs, so here it is. Long story short, we're no longer together. I decided to break it off. After my last post, she kept texting and apologizing, asking to talk things through. This went on for over a week, and eventually, I agreed to meet her. But before that could happen, I got a call from her parents. They asked how I was doing and seemed concerned, so I filled them in on what had been going on. Turns out, she had already talked to them, but she didn't tell them the whole truth. She made it sound like she just went out for dinner with a guy friend, leaving out the part where friends pushed her into it because they thought he was more suitable for her. She also didn't mention that she ignored my texts and calls all day or that she kept deflecting my questions until I gave her an ultimatum. I've always respected her parents a lot, so it really hurt to hear that she painted me as some crazy guy who got mad just because his fiancée had dinner with a friend who happened to be a guy. Even they were surprised that I'd be willing to let go of a 6-year relationship over what she described as a small misunderstanding. They kept asking me to let it go, saying it was just dinner, but I ended up telling them everything. I got pretty emotional while explaining what really happened, and I think they could tell I was being honest. Her parents apologized to me and said they understood why I was making this decision. Her mom even invited me to dinner sometime, which was really kind, but obviously, that's not something I'm planning to do. A few hours later, I got a call from my ex-fiancée. She was mad that I told her parents the full story, accusing me of trying to paint her in a bad light. I reminded her that she was the one who lied to them, not me. After some back and forth, she said that maybe her friends were right and she should have listened to them from the beginning. At that point, I just told her goodbye and to never contact me again. I've now blocked her on everything. Needless to say, our plans to meet are cancelled. I'm focusing on myself now and trying to move on. I know it's not going to happen overnight. I mean, it was 6 fucking years, but I'm going to do my best. Thanks again to everyone who supported me through all of this. It means more than you know. Relevant comments. Wacky that she didn't come up with a lie and chose to dodge the question instead. OP, yeah, she's not a very good liar. Plus, it wouldn't have been easy for her to come up with a reason why she didn't even text me back, especially since she had already told me she was going to her friends. Things would have still looked suspicious no matter what she said. Comment, did you get the ring back? OP, yeah, the ring is with me. She left it behind when she went to her sister's place. I'm planning to return it this coming weekend. Comment, I can't believe her friends pressured her into going on a date with someone else. What kind of friends are those? OP, exactly my thoughts. It also makes me wonder how much influence they had over other parts of our relationship that I didn't even notice. Comment, did you ever get the full story about that dinner? Like who the guy was and what they talked about? OP, she said it was just someone her friends thought would be a better match for her. Apparently, they talked about random stuff, but honestly, I don't even care at this point. The fact that she went through with it and hid it from me is what really matters.